Alright. Welcome to another fun and exciting tutorial video by Commander Kappster. Today, February 1st, we had a new CG community goal, community event drop for Elite Dangerous. What we're going to be doing this time, we're going to be gathering some Spire site materials to hopefully build an armor for ships that gets us into the Maelstrom with Guardian weapons to blow up the Titans. That's a lot of words. And this one's probably going to be one of the more difficult CGs because of the type of combat involved. Not everybody is a tank brigade expert, and not everybody enjoys fighting through Banshees. I believe they're called Banshees. Pretty sure they're called Banshees. So right now, the Anubis and I are sitting in Cephi Sector XO-AB3. I haven't explored anything else other than really where the Spire site is here on Planet 2. Spire site. I like this one. Typically it's in the daytime, but using night vision typically doesn't make it all that terrible. Gravity is 0.41, so watch out on entry. Don't die. The key thing with this CG is that we are going to be going after certain materials that you can only find at the base locations, at the base of the spires at the Spire site. The Spire site refined material is not one of the objectives. So if you're putting in the nitro pineapple to blow up the spires and running away from the basilisks and other things that show on up, that's not this one. We're going after the other things. So in this example, I'm going to show you real quick the best way to combat the Banshees, as well as how to get the materials that we're after. Highly recommend caustic racks. I do believe some of these materials are caustic, so watch out. The other thing is unlike the Guardian Relic community event that we just had recently, if you relog on this one, you're going to have to fight through all of the Banshees again. There are also Revenants here. Revenants are not dangerous. Revenants are dangerous if they are in a group and you're fighting a Banshee. If you're fighting just a couple of Revenants, not a big deal. But if you're fighting Revenants and the Banshee, you're gonna blow up real quick. It's just death by 1,000 cuts there. So to get on started here, we're gonna pick on up some speed and some altitude here, and we're gonna move on into a good landing position here at this Spire site. I'll try to make this a bit quick for us, so you're not just watching me slowly come to the Spire site, because I do some engineering. I never min-max all that much. That's too much effort for me. So the Anubis here, my good faithful Anaconda, is not the fastest speedy boy. Couple of key things. If you land too close, they will engage. They will engage you, like the scouts and the interceptors. So watch out. The other thing to watch out for, is you can see them coming on in, is we have the shutdown, the temporary shutdown missiles coming on in. I like to fly low and just watch out for the close ones, because the farther away ones typically will bounce off the ground and you won't have to worry about a shutdown field. Now the big thing that we're going to be fighting, the most difficult enemy you can see, is just circling around that little, that little carbuncle, this little barnacle over there. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to throw out the landing gear. I'm going to try to find a spot to land. For this community event, you want a Scorpion to clear enemies. Honestly, if you have to do a bajillion trips in the Scorpion to get all the materials that you want to donate, to bring it back to your ship, that is fine. Because the Scarab cannot handle this combat. It can't. If you can fight all these guys in a Scarab, congrats. You are the Elite Dangerous Master. I wish you the best in your life, but it's just not worth it. So, we dropped on out. I'm going to wheel on over here, and we're going to fight that big baddie right there. Right dead center of the screen, pretty much. Turret's up. I'm going to keep an eye on my ship. I'm going to leave my ship parked for a minute, but scouts and interceptors can attack it. So if I start seeing that it's going to get hit just like that, I'm going to dismiss my ship. I have prismatics on it. You might not. If you don't, yikes, you're going to be in for a world of hurt against some Thargoids. So I'm going to dismiss my ship, get her on out of here, get those scouts to hopefully despawn or leave me alone. So that way, I don't have to worry about too much. Before I start doing all the fighting, I'm going to quickly rearm my SRV because I forgot I hadn't done that. Okay. Typically, Scorpion can take down 2 Banshees if you're decent. Again, tank combat is not your thing. This might be a little difficult. So first I'm going to clear the threat from this first barnacle area, this first barnacle site. So I'm going to zoom on over. I can see the big baddie over here. His lights will go red as soon as he aggroes. And just zoom on over close. Now he's got 2 attacks. He's got the missiles that you can see flying on up, and he's got the little lasers that he'll shoot out too. Now those missiles are the biggest threat. Dodge those at all costs. Disengage. They have a very minor seeking ability, so don't worry about it. But avoid those like crazy. If you get hit with like half of that salvo, there go your shields. Okay? Target him, throw your pips to weapons and shields, get some missiles flying. Typically your missiles will do anywhere from 6 to 12. If you can hit the underside of him, the better. Sometimes throwing on drive assist, getting just a good little cruise going. Get just a little bit of distance so your missiles can arm when you shoot them. When he's in attack mode and then stops shooting, that's when you can expect those missiles. Then you just want to try and dodge them. Like I did not do there. I got stuck with a couple. But nothing bad. So then, just keep on rolling. Get some missiles off. Those lasers that he's shooting, not the biggest of deals. They do some damage, but nothing crazy. Okay. Man, that one only did 4. It was too close. Hitting him with plasma underneath is the best way to do damage to these guys. There we go. Getting about 100 meters of distance I find is the best method. Okay. See, I just got pegged. I'm gonna take some serious damage. And thankfully, I survived taking that full salvo. I lost whatever I had left in shields, and I lost a lot of hull. I'm lucky to have walked away from that one. Dead honest. I probably shouldn't have. We'll throw on pips on over to shields. You probably can suffer to go full on over to pips on weapons and then your last pip on over to shields to systems. That's probably fine, but yeah. And then when they die, they sometimes drop these more rare materials such as Thargoid Energy Cell. Pick them up. Don't know what they're used for quite yet, but they're going to be useful at some point, I can imagine. So from this barnacle, we have now cleared out the major threat. We still have one or two threats flying around, but we're going to head on in there, and I'm going to show you the 2 materials there that you can get. Okay? I'm going to zoom on over. We'll rebalance our energy, our power distributor, and we'll zoom on back in. I'm not gonna lie, that was not my proudest kill on a Banshee. Not my best. But we survived. That's what matters. Make sure you bring enough for refuel, rearms. For synthesis, don't sleep on that. Please don't. It's really handy and it helps you out quite a bit. Alright, so if you've never been in here, welcome to the inside of a barnacle. There's quite a bit going on here, but I am going to do a quick loop around this circle to make sure I kill any threats that are out right now. So I can see there's a little revenant over there. And again, 1 revenant, not a big deal. 2 revenants, not a big deal. 5 revenants, that can get a little dicey. I just engage from max range because I'm not too worried about them. They don't do terrible damage. They have that one little cluster, that one little sticky grenade. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so we killed one. I'm just gonna keep doing a little loop. The key thing is we want to make sure that we don't get bothered while we're in here the best we can. Thought I heard something. Anyways, so we keep on zooming around. I believe there's one just out on this side from my little scouting expedition that I did. Yes, there is. In fact, it looks like there's 2. So we'll just kill them real quick. Ooh, there's 3. Once you get a missile lock, if you're getting overwhelmed, just missile away. Because as you can see, I had my shields up at full. 3 revenants took out my shields. Okay, they're not all that difficult in small numbers, but once you get into a couple, all right, things are getting a little dicey, right? And of course, I just stayed there. I just tanked the damage. So we'll get down into that area here in a little bit, but I'm just double checking to make sure we're clear so I can finish this tutorial for you guys. So we're after 3 materials with this community event. We are after organic sap, impure and semi-refined site materials, okay? So first things off, I'm going to kind of maneuver around these little weird cluster things on the ground. Okay, I'm going to pause right there, get in the turret, I'm going to look up, okay? Boom. Protruding sack, shoot that. Impure Spire material. Grab it. 1 down. There's one of the materials. There's quite a few of them around each barnacle site. You can zoom on in, kill them, pick them up, move on. Toxic corrosion. I knew something was toxic. Okay. The next material that we're after is the semi-refined. These are slightly complicated. You are going to need a suit. You are going to need an Odyssey suit. I recommend the Artemis for this because of the jump jets, the oxygen, and the power. You can, of course, use a Maverick suit, which is another good option. That's not the Maverick suit I want. That's the Maverick suit I want. Okay. So go ahead, disembark. I know you're disembarking in Thargoid territory. For complete clarity, I tried to kill those Banshees on foot, and I got about 80% of them killed on foot before realizing I should use a Scorpion. Yeah, not proud of that. Okay. So we zoom on up here to these little protruding areas on the wall. And what we're looking for is these organic circuitry. Once we find them, what we're going to do is we're going to go into overload mode and we're going to zap them. We're going to find the other one. Same thing. We zapped that, okay. Looky there. And boom. There's going to be another material. However, once we do that, revenants show up. And in this case, I'm probably screwed. Let's see if I can get into my scorpion before they... Oh, I hit him once. Reload. Oh, I hit him twice. But not enough to kill him. And as you can tell, I suck at killing these things. I should probably change a few things. So, we'll start killing these things. Okay. And there we go. Now, we shot this thing, and something fell out. We need to find it, wherever it rolled away to. If it did roll. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. And there's the semi-refined. That is the other material that we are looking for. Helps if I actually roll it over. We've got 2 of the 3 materials that we need. We've learned quite a bit, Dave. We've learned that you suck with a pistol and that how we can get those materials. What we're going to do is we're going to zoom away to safety real quick. We'll just put on drive assist and zoom away to a comfortably safe distance, because the last thing that we want is to get banshees, revenants, and the patrolling scouts to engage us. That is the absolute last thing that we want. It happened. So, we zoom on over here. We're taking a little bit of corrosion damage, nothing terrible. Alright. Then we're going to go ahead and recall our ship. As we're waiting for the Anubis to show on up, I'll briefly explain and then show how we go about getting the other materials. The last material. The organic sap, which will probably be the easiest, quickest, and probably the best one for the majority of players to get. Honestly, that semi-refined requires a lot of steps. Might not be the fastest way. Around the Spire site, you're going to see essentially these kind of like tree roots, branches, brambles kind of a thing. That is where we're going to find the organic material. So as you can see, my ship has barely spawned in and is already under attack. Okay, it's by a couple of scouts. You can engage scouts in your Scorpion. Best of luck. As you can tell, not a lot of damage is being done. Okay. So as the Anubis is landing, right, and she's got prismatics, so she's going to be okay to land for me to transfer my cargo and then dismiss her again. But if you don't have prismatics, my prismatics are the enhanced low power. It might be a little difficult for you. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Right there, there's my ship. I can come on over here to my inventory. I can transfer all to ship, confirm. Those are out. Dismiss ship. Okay. My shields are down to 59, 58%. Obviously, a lot of it is a lot of luck, depending on where the scouts are, where you are, when your ship comes on back in. But that's essentially that. So, while we say goodbye to our safety net, to the Anubis, and we hope that the scouts follow it and, leave and despawn themselves, we'll continue on to get the third and final material. The third and final material is the organic sap, and it is located throughout the Spire. Excuse me? That's new. I don't think I've ever had a scout actually attack me. That's bad. Because I'm not doing a lot of damage. Crap. Well, watch out for that. Maybe don't even engage the scouts. Dang, because that thing's accurate too. It does not miss. So we'll come on over here to these brambles, these kind of branch-like things, you know, for cover. While we let our shields reboot, we'll try and hide from the scouts. Hopefully they'll de-aggro. And we'll look around for those organic material little you know, objects. We see a little object fall on down. Oh my freaking heck, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Coral sap. There we go. And there you have it, folks. From all of us here at Ironheart Corporation, we hope that this video was educational and slightly comical. As you can tell, that I am not a very good Elite Dangerous player. But that is how you collect the 3 materials for this community event. Yeah. So a couple of key highlights just to go over again. Scorpion, SRV. If you're going to go after all the materials, which it doesn't matter which ones you go after, it just says, you know, any of the 3 materials. You're going to need to fight the Banshee, if not Banshees, depending on how good you are. If you do this as a squad, probably, or in a wing, great option. Have one person just clean up the scouts. Don't engage any of the interceptors. Clean up the scouts. Have 1 or 2 people down in their tanks. Ironheart Tank Brigade has cleared an entire Spire site, and I think it took us like 20 minutes, 2 of us, something like that. You can clear out the whole place. Harvest all the materials that you want and you can need, and you'll be good to go. 3 materials: coral sap, semi and impure materials. Very easy to get. Honestly, looking at Inara, it looked like we had quite a few people already donating, like a couple hundred. They're not hard to get. A lot of players have been stockpiling them. I know that for a fact, because it was a big, it's a big push for the Thargoid War in general to deliver those materials in the missions. Those missions do have really good rewards, like grade 4 and 5 mats. I think I maxed out a couple of grade 5 mats just from doing those missions, and they help the overall war effort so much. Fun CG. I'm looking forward to doing it with the Ironheart corporate fleet. Super fun. Spire site shenanigans are just fun in general. So I hope this was informative, and if you need help with anything, or if I need to explain something better or just remake this video, please let me know.